Now, Sarah, I happen to be a millennial, so I'd like to know what I'm complaining about today.
Well, I think these younger generations, I'm a millennial myself, they really feel like they've never had it easy in this economy, and inflation has, of course, wrecked even more of what these younger generations were hoping to have planned for their lives. And so, what I think we're seeing right now is that these younger generations, they're feeling almost a greater impact from inflation than older generations when it comes to their personal finances because we saw that more than 7 in 10 Gen Zers and millennials, they say they're saving less due to inflation.
How does that compare to what we're seeing from Gen X and baby boomers, just as a comparison?
Yeah, so baby boomers and Gen Xers, the majority of them are still saving less because of inflation. But these younger generations, as it checks out, they're about 72% and 73% for Gen Z and millennials. But then for Gen X and baby boomers, that's 66% and 63%. So a little bit of a wider share for those younger generations.
Is this unique to this point in time? Because just as a point of comparison, a lot of the baby boomers came of age and started, working during the 1970s. I would imagine that was a pretty challenging time period for them as well. So is it almost just a rite of passage that, hey, your finances are worse in your 20s and 30s than they are later on?
Yes, I think there is definitely it's a little bit hard to really separate what these younger generations have going on from how new they are to the labor market, how early in their careers they are. These older generations, they are in their prime earning years, whereas these younger Americans, many of them have probably just gotten started in the workforce, and so they're not as financially comfortable as maybe these older generations are. But I think what's really eye-opening too is just seeing that these younger generations, they were feeling a pinch from the economy long before inflation even occurred, because we also know from previous Bankrate surveys that millennials, Gen Zers, they're more likely to have delayed major financial milestones because of the economy at a larger share than those older generations too. And so when you think about, buying a house, that's, the main milestone that these younger generations are delaying, that also kind of helps them continue to build their wealth in the future.
And it would seem to me that given the percentage of millennials and Gen Zers that have delayed buying homes, with how home prices have moved since millennials graduated from college, it would seem to me that that's a major source of potential lost gains on an asset that they could have owned otherwise, correct?
Yes, and I think, the rise in interest rates, even for mortgage rates, that's not really done much, at least to cool home prices so far. I think it's kind of like this instance where in order to make money, maybe, buying a home is the main way that you build wealth in your lifetime. We know that for so many Americans, but in order to buy a home, you have to first be able to afford it. And in this economy right now, it's just frankly becoming an even more out of reach milestone for these younger Americans.
Very good, Sarah. We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you so much for the time.